Hey, Don the Auction Professor. Another pick here. I thought I'd show you some more oddball stuff and some mixed antiques. I'm not going to show you the common stuff. I got some books today. I didn't even bring them in the house at this point. There was just too many of them. Really dirt cheap. Again, you saw some of the vintage electronic items I got in another video. This one is a big, huge haul on music boxes and some antiques. I'm going to show you the music boxes first. I knew these right off the bat. I've had one or two of these in my life. They're not huge, huge movers, but they do sell, especially towards Christmas. They're all wooden. They're hand-carved. They still work. They have the keys. I've checked them all out. I think it's even labeled what the song is on the bottom. Yeah, GG. Now, these are special ones. These aren't just junk ones. Again, these are hand-carved wood. The faces and the heads, though, I believe, are plastic, and everything else is wood. These are actually have, let's see here, Thorin's genuine Swiss musical movements in these all. And these are vintage German Anri, A-N-R-I. You'll see those actually burned into the wood. So these are like Black Forest stylish. Again, all wood carved, Swiss styling. All still work for the most part. I haven't tried every single one. I tried enough to know that I have a good amount of money back out of these. I have $64 in everything I'm going to show you here today in this lot. $64. So again, there's a bunch of these. There's some really nice Christmas ones, some big ones too. Let's see, what song is this? Laura's Theme. I think you can hear that. Very nice ones. These are, again, hand-carved wood. This one's winter scene. It's very well detailed. Birds on there. It's got like snowy grass in their sled. They've got little boxes tied down to the back. I have no idea what this one will go for, but I'm guessing on like some of these, probably like 60, 70 bucks on this one. Maybe, I don't know, maybe even up to 100 on some of these. So, they're going to go for at least 35 to 40 a piece. There's just a given on that one. Every one that I'd sold in the past, and again, I've sold 2 or 3 of these in the past, they went very, very well, especially in the winter months. I don't know if it's a difference, but they do sell very well in the winter months. I'm going to put these up now. I know I've got plenty of space for them, and I don't care if they take a while to sell. I'm going to put them up for top dollar. I'll look them up, do some research on these, because these are well-collected items. And again, there's a ton of them in here. Just this one box alone, and I've got a big box down here with some parts so I can put some together and fix the rest of them. There's 2, 4, there's 6 right here, times 30. I mean, there's probably, with all the parts in here, I'm probably going to make at least $1,000 off of this purchase. There's a Traveler. Again, there's a few little pieces that are missing, so I'll probably have to take these apart, a couple of these. It has the, it's like a plunger here that you push in and it stops it from playing. So I'm sure if I can get that out by, in fact, there it is. I think I just got it. I can see if it works. I may not have the power to pull it out that way, but most of these seem like they do work. In fact, let's try it out now. Some of these may not work. We'll have to mess with them, but they all should do very well. There's parts enough to fix these if they don't work, so I've got a ton of it. Again, these are all Thorin's Movements Swiss with Anri German-made boxes themselves, and they're actually pretty cute ones in here, so I haven't tried them all out, as I said. This one plays Edelweiss. They're pretty unique. Let's see if maybe wind them. And again, it works. I don't see any damage on these. I'm surprised it survived the way you see it. And there's some really nice ones, actually. This one's got a couple of cats in the back. They still even have the original little tag on them. So these might be from an old store, it looks like to me. Maybe never sold. Lord knows what these cost new. River Scion. Again, these are going to do very well, I think, because these are actually figures that were carved. In fact, these look like the heads are actually solid wood on these. There's different ages of these, so some of them are newer and some of them are older. This looks like an older one, too. Handcrafted and hand-painted by Anri. Okay, Anri, this says Italy. I see them a lot in Germany, too, or marked Germany sometimes. I don't know if they're exports. This one plays It's a Small World. It's nicely marked all the way around. Who knows what it's worth. This is the kind you just turn it. I don't know if I'm doing it? I didn't wind it very far, so that's why it's not going very fast. But again, 64 bucks into all this. I don't see how I can lose at all. Some of these come apart too, so it looks like you could repair almost everything in here. But again, there's a ton of these here, so Lord knows what I'm going to get out of them. Let's move some of these out of the way, and I'm going to show you some of the other items in here. I'm not going to show you this here too. Even the mechanisms for these go very well. The person my picker got these from was probably a repair person, because these are all new, some of these. I mean, they still have the packaging. Literally how you pull them off the shelf. Sanko, and there's some Fuji ones in here. There's a couple Swiss ones in here. I could have danced all night. This is one of the Fuji. These are known brands. They even have different musical devices you can exchange some of these for, so if you don't like the song. I figure this box here is going to go for some good money. There's vintage keys that go to these. Some really nice early vintage keys in here. Just a nice mix of items in here. The stuff that people are going to be looking for to fix the ones that they have. Motors, springs. This one says it works. More of them up here. Bags of them even. So, you know, I'm assuming I'm going to get some pretty good money out of these. Geez, there's just a lot of stuff in here. And as you can see, so I'll just test some of these out probably. This might just go in a lot, or I'll take the keys out and sell the keys separately, because people do buy just the keys. They'll have a nice box and they won't be able to play it because they're minus the key to wind it. Leave that up here. And then I got, let me show you, all of this, which is parts and pieces, and there's even some stoppers. Now these are worth money, so I'm going to turn and sell these separately. But there's a lot of good pieces. These can be put back together, I would imagine. In fact, this might be from a set. Even with a little bit of damage, these sell very well. They're like Black Forest carved pieces. And there's some early music box items in here. Now, I don't even know what this is from, but this is a heavy-duty, it's cast heavy metal with a brass player, brass key. I have no idea what these are or where they're from, but there's a bunch of early-looking ones in here. So, you know, some of these might be worth money on their own. I'm not even sure if that's how you wind it. No idea. These look like they're expensive, though, to me. There's some oddball little parts in here. Geez, I couldn't even tell you what some of this is. Handmade, carved wood. This is another Italian. There's just pieces and stuff, too, so who knows? I might find something really good in here. There's some more music box pieces and parts. There's some Italy marked ones. And there's a whole box of stuff in here, too. Little cats. There's some magnets. Some more of these. So who knows what's in here. We'll price this all out and go from there. Again, I'll probably sell this in big lots, some of this stuff, you know, a bunch of music box items. Or I'll put the ones together that are in here that look like they can be fixed, because it looks like the screws, everything are in the box. So maybe I'll get another 2 or 3 of the music boxes out of it. Here's an interesting item, too. This is like a latex rubber can. It's a Celastic, is there a date? 1965. A lot of these tin cans like this I might get 20 or 30 bucks for. I'm going to show you a couple other tins that you do want to look for too in just a minute here. That's pretty much it on the music boxes, but again, I got 64 into all what you're going to see, or what you've seen, and a few more things. Now, I got some glassware, which I usually don't buy, but the price was right. I just talked about tins. And Page tins aren't worth a lot of money, but for the $2 I paid for these 2 tins, the Frank's Dove Allspice tin, this is probably like 30 bucks or better, this one tin right here. I sell tins all the time. I try and show you tins when I run across a few here or there. I have gotten more tins this week. They're just an oddball mix, but these 2 I just got, so it's in this pick I got, so you can just kind of see. I'll put these 2 together in a lot, and I'll probably put like $49.99 on these 2 tins. They're full even. They still doesn't smell very nice, but they still have sage, and this one has allspice in them right now, so kind of neat. This is a Johnny Walker, but it's actually just marked John Walker on it. It's an early one. It's made to look like a orange, I would guess. some of the coloring's coming off. These were like 50 cents, so I wasn't going to worry about them at 50 cents. Here's an early Japanese oddball figure. No idea what it is, but it looks like a comic book character, and this is like $1, I think. Something like this would sell. These oddball looking characters, I get 8, 10, 15, 20 bucks. They usually sell fairly easily and quick. I'm not going to show too much zoom today because I don't have a lot of items, but this is a little tin 1964 McDonald's game. You have to line 2 little balls up into the eye of a McDonald's worker. These can go up to like 15, 20 bucks a piece, so I always grab these. This was $0.25. Campo de Monte, I don't buy a lot of this, except when it's cheap. This was $0.25 too. I looked at it very closely. It's handmade. It's all marked. It's got everything it should have. For $0.25, I'll probably get 14, 15 bucks for it. Let me pull this back out. Some records in here. There's a couple in here worth like 60 bucks a piece. There's a good Elvis one in here. Shake, Rattle, and Roll by Elvis. That's like a $15 or $20 one. Some soul records, a couple Canadians. All together, there's probably like $2.75 just in the stack of records here. I got 3 other ones that I've already discarded that just weren't worth it. I didn't look them up. It was just a quick haul. I knew I had some in here, so I just grabbed a couple that I take a shot on, just save the time. Marx. This is The Thinker by Marx. This is Marx Toys. It's, let's see, I think it has the name of what they're called on here. Nutty Mads, that's what they're called. They're like weird characters. It's from 1958, or I'm sorry, 1968, Roman numerals. This one's one of the better ones. It's more realistically painted. This is how they were issued. They came in a little box. He's probably worth 14, 15 bucks. This was, I think, $1. So it was a quick, easy money on that one. Let me show you this. I buy chemical bottles too. They usually sell. This is acid formic. It's a poison bottle, so you know it's got the label on it still. It's still got the original topper to it. I'll clean this up. It'll look much better when it's cleaned. I may keep this one. I don't know. I like some of the older bottles. But if I didn't keep it, I'd probably get 15, 20 bucks for this one. And then there's some. These are really dirty. The label's all there. I looked at it fairly close. It's from a local one. This is an Ohio one. Ashtabula. It's an oddball bottle, so it should sell from that area. So I've got 50 cents or $0.25 into it. It's actually a design bottle. It's an impressed design all the way across. And then I got another one from an early Ohio one. And this is, I can't quite make it out. Morite Brewing, Bottling Company, something. But it's made to look like cracked ice all the way around. It's pretty interesting. It's 1920s like the other one. What else did I get in here? This is a mid-century mod, 50s or 60s. It's a Japanese hand-blown vase. I was quite surprised on this one. Usually you'll see something, these are newer, but this is an oddball one. I'll have to just kind of see what happens with this one. It could be something high-priced. Maybe not. It's hard to say. It's just an oddball item for $1. I figured I'd give it a chance. Again, I don't buy a lot of glass. I don't like glass that much. This is a souvenir made in Japan, hand-painted, but it's from a local place, local like theme type of park, Blue Hole, which is actually closed down. It's in Castalia, Ohio. I went there as a kid. It's got the mill pond that's out there, the trout hatch wheel. It used to be like a fish farm. It used to be like one of those little small, quaint road stops that you'd stop on at the highway on the side of the road. And it was there since like the 1890s or something. And I went there as a kid. There was always a rumor about this place that a stagecoach fell into this hole and disappeared. It's so deep. And it's a huge, deep, round hole out in the middle of nowhere with probably the bluest water I've ever seen. But anyway, that's just some more of what it is. And then this is it's like a city scene. It's a Nymol Art Fiance, and then it's got a signature of an artist who did it. It's a limited edition Denmark piece, and it's numbered 4006, so I don't know what this is. I'll have to look it up. No damage to it, so it might be something good. Here's a vintage Satsuma vintage Japan vase. It's marked. It's probably 30s. Some of these little tiny vases like this I can get 30 or 40 bucks for, and the Satsuma ones like this one should go very well. It's gilt. It looks very nice. It doesn't have an issue on it. And then the last piece out of this lot here is a weird made-in-Japan mug, but it's actually got Japanese characters on the bottom too. So the ones you want are the ones with characters in Japanese. And this looks like another Satsuma. It's got a nice scene on it. It even has some Japanese characters on it. No idea what it says. But this is probably 50s or so. Very interesting piece. These mugs like this I've sold sometimes for 50, 60 bucks. So I took a shot at $1. These other two pieces, the little one was 50 cents, and this little glass here I think was maybe $1 or 50 cents too. Again, I buy these in bulk. Usually I'll just throw some prices and we'll go back and forth and we'll settle on a final price on the whole lot. That's literally what I got. Again, there's at least, say, $1,000 or more in this lot. The music boxes alone, I'm guessing I'm going to get hundreds out of altogether. Even if I just sell the pieces and the keys and the parts separately, people still repair these. There's expensive pieces in here for sure. And all the music boxes, I counted, I think there was like 57 different actual mechanisms to run a music box. A bunch of the earlier ones that are probably from the 30s or so that are solid, heavy steel or cast iron with brass mechanisms. So those should be very good. Some of those could be way more over than that. So I'm not up on all this stuff. I could be wrong on the pricings. It could be, worth a little more, but I've looked up enough already of what I've seen to know that I'm going to get at least 500 or 600 probably for all the music box stuff. And then the records, again, there's close to 300, and then the other items in here too. So it's a good $1,000 for $64 investment. And again, this is stuff that most people would have just walked right on by or not thought much. Maybe the music boxes somebody would have bought, but I guarantee you most people wouldn't mess with the parts from them. What's people going to do with the parts? But parts and broken items sell all the time. I say that all the time. Always something to look for. And just oddball stuff like the tins. I always go into the kitchens of houses, and sometimes I do that before I go into other areas if it's a big packed kitchen, because the tins, the spice cabinet's a great place to make a lot of money. That's why I say household items that you're not looking up or find. I find stuff like this at Savers and Goodwill. Even on the bags on the wall at Savers, sometimes you can find older pieces of Americana like this. And it's a Frank's, so these are usually pretty good. Frank Tea and Spice Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. These are probably from the 30s or 40s. But again, kitchen items, tin items. I've sold goldfish tins like this. I just sold one the other day for 50 some odd bucks. Just a little tin for goldfish food. So anything that's tin that has good, nice artwork sells. If it's got like Uncle Sam on it, I sold an Uncle Sam oil can not too long ago for a couple $100. Tins I always buy, and these are something you can pick up pretty cheap. Estate sales, even at garage sales, when you're looking in the garage at a garage sale, look at the cans on the wall. Old spray paint cans from the even 80s and down will sell too. Sometimes even with nothing in them, they'll still sell. So you name it in a garage, any of those tin cans can sell. Old tobacco tins that they have nails and screws in with the lid still attached, I look for those. That's just another item that you're probably missing. When you're in the basement and you see tins for cleanser or old coffee tins, they have to be for merchandise, not just junk tins, not the cookie tins or the common ones, but actual stuff like this that has a company name, the item, something you would have gotten in a grocery store that's made out of tin, or a supply store or something, or an old oil can or anything like that. Because oil cans are basically the same thing. They always sell for decent money. Some of the earlier ones are the expensive, rare ones. I don't mess with oil cans though, just because I don't like having the chemical aspect of it in the house. Fish food and food items are very good. So are like washer tins like this for like rubber washers for sinks and faucets and things. Some of the oil cans that are older I'll buy because if they're empty anyway. Like oiler cans, not oil cans, but oiler cans. So. But it's a pretty good haul for what I paid, the $64, at least $1,000 I'm guessing. And again, this is probably stuff that you might not have even thought were worth money. Even like, these stoppers. I've gotten 15, 20 bucks a piece for some of these. This is just made to go in a bottle. It's like a cork that just sat in the bar. It's barware. So all this stuff has got value to it, and you just got to know what you're looking at. And if you're not sure what it is, look it up. That's why I say research is key to everything. Most of these items here in this, the glass and stuff, I've had similar items, or I've had history with these items, these type of items where I knew what to buy. For $1 on a piece of glass, I'm not going to waste my time trying to look up a piece of glass that says Japan for $1. It's a vintage mod mid-century piece. I should at least get 10, 15 bucks for it. And who knows, it might be a really pricey piece. Maybe there's a signature on it. I haven't really looked at it that closely. Like most of this stuff here. You're seeing it just after I got home. I did 2 picks today. You're seeing this just after I got home. I haven't even cleaned it up as you see the bottles and stuff. And, I did a pick in the morning. I got another call, so I did a second pick, and this is the second pick. It's still early enough. I still may run out or still may get another pick or call. I've got some employees coming in just a few more minutes. I've got 2 more working on the other side now. I've got a 3rd one taking photos. So you know, this is our business at this point. If pickers take a time off, that's fine with me too, because at this point I've got so much stuff that we're going through. But that's what I have for today. Hopefully you saw something you might be able to find or sell. Hopefully you learned something. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe and tell a friend.